the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. This gospel reading is surprising. I'll tell you why it's surprising, but it's got lots of surprises in it. And I had never seen these things before, so I always find that surprising. Scripture can still excite me and teach me something new when I think I know it. Let that be a word to the wise. We never really know our Scripture. So you think this reading that we have from Luke's Gospel is about healing, but it's not really. The fact that Jesus can heal from afar, we know that, we've heard that before. But what we are taking for granted is how early in the Gospel this story appears, and this long speech by the friends of the centurion about what the centurion would say if he were ever to meet Jesus. Because in this story, the centurion, the soldier who has 100 men under him, never meets Jesus. And yet he has the most intimate and powerful words for Jesus. And that's what hit me upside the head and surprised me, is that I'd never really noticed the context in which these words are said. A lot of people use these words when coming to receive the bread for the Eucharist. I am not worthy to come into your house. So I was looking at these words from a different viewpoint. He really meant it. I am not worthy to have you come into my house, so I'm not going to meet you on the road. And I'm sending friends. He sending was his big gift to Jesus. He sent first some Jewish elders from the synagogue. Now, if we were hearing this reading in Jerusalem or in the area around the Middle East, we would be shocked at this. Why would a centurion, who is part of the Roman occupation, who is a Gentile, why would he go to the synagogue? They're Jewish over there, Why would he go to the synagogue and ask elders to go and intercede for him to Jesus? That is surprising. There's another surprising fact. So he is friendly with the Jewish elders, and he thinks they will have influence on Jesus. So he sends elders. And then before they get to his house, he sends his friends. He could send all the people under him. He has 100 soldiers. He could have sent one of them, but he doesn't send them. He could have sent one of his slaves. He says they'll do anything I ask. Why did he send friends? Again, here's I think, the power of this lesson. This man, the centurion, the soldier, has heard the story of Jesus from someone who must have told quite a story. When he told the story, he was able to share with the centurion, whose name we never learn, about the power that comes out of Jesus. The power that Jesus has over the powers of darkness and over the principalities. That he sends demons running. He does exorcisms. He heals people. He has power over illness. He has power over evil. He even has power over life and death. And whoever told the centurion this story made such a huge impression on him that when his servant got ill and was close to dying, he wanted that man, Jesus, to come and heal his servant, his slave. Now, the story is what this story is all about, because the gospel is the good news of the story of Jesus Christ. So whoever this anonymous person was, or group of people, who went to the centurion, he's the cause of all the healing of this whole story. And then these people that the centurion sent are doing what it is we're supposed to do. We are supposed to be sent to go get someone to do a healing, to go get someone who knows more than we do to teach the youth in our congregation, to go get someone who knows how to teach about the story of Jesus Christ so they feel the power of Christ. So any of us who need an uplift could call on somebody to uplift them. And notice that the people that are sent by the centurion are not his people. He's got friends, they're his friends, but he sends the friends who know nothing about Jesus, to go meet Jesus. And look what they say. The whole text of this lesson is what they tell. And they tell it in the first person, as if they are their friend. All of this is extremely unusual. He says, I am not worthy to have you come into my house. And look what else they say. I'm not worthy to have you even come under my roof. I did not presume to come to you. I'm staying here because I know that I am like you. And there's the third surprising thing. What do you mean? Do you know anybody else in Scripture that says I'm like you? I don't know anywhere else where it says this. I know what it's like to be put under authority. I have to report to my emperor. And I have authority over everyone who's under me, just like you do. So I know what it's like. Who has ever said that to Jesus? But he does know what it's like because he knows who is Jesus working for. God his Father. And he is under the authority of God his Father. And it is God himself who is doing these healings. Who but God could send the evil spirit out of people? Who but God could sanctify people to make them healthy and whole again? Who but God could save someone from the brink of death and set them on the right road again? And he knows that's who this is. This is a centurion of God who is in a position of power because God put him there. So the healing is just an extra that's thrown in there? Yes, the man was healed. The important thing is that without us being willing to be sent, to have someone who thinks that we're close enough to God that we'll go get the healer, that we can go get someone to teach the youth. We should aspire to that. Send me, I'm ready to go. And that he finds people that he knows relate to this healer, the Jewish elders in the synagogue, to come and be an influence, tell him the truth about me. And they said the truth about this man. He is a lover of God, isn't he? He has done good things for the Jewish in Capernaum. He's built the synagogue. So, if we're not willing or ready or able to be sent, what's our job? Find somebody who is. And let your heart be warmed. Know that we are the ones that are called to be sent. To be sent means you're an apostle. And this story is about apostles who, unbeknownst to them, are working for the one power that we should be shy around and have some humility around and bow in front of in order to know the power of Jesus, who works through mysterious ways, even through a centurion with no name.